So I'm Jay Blankenship, Director of Workforce Engagement here at ReWa, Renewable Resources Solutions. And my day-to-day life as a Director of Workforce Engagement is touching internal and external stakeholders, hopefully align ReWa with the next generation of workforce. My day-to-day attire, typically a blazer, because I never know when I'm going to have to run out for a meeting or who's coming to visit the location. So I have to dress professionally, have to have the ability to be able to communicate clearly what those communications are, and also set expectations that meet our core values that we have, as well as our mission.
I have a question, or I'll be a sixth grader. What is ReWa? Could you tell a little bit about what ReWa is?
So ReWa is actually in the water utility sector, dealing with wastewater, but we also purify the water that touches several locations that we have service area in, which is Pickens, Anderson, Greenville, Spartanburg, Oconee, and Lawrence County. 189 employees that touch everything from water operation to logistics supply chain to governmental affairs. Whatever you would find at a day-to-day business, you will find here. We have a lab that we do a lot of testing things out of for water purification, all of that, and taking the raw product and making it where it's usable. And so everyone's role is a little different. The dress requirements are a little different. Of course, I'm not going to wear a suit and tie if I'm working at one of the plant facilities. But because I'm out and about touching different stakeholders, I dress appropriately, which a blazer for most jobs and for most occupations of this nature, you typically, in some cases, we even have on a tie. At least I dress business casually or business professionally.
Who uses the water that comes through?
So the water that comes through our area goes to a lot of communities in the 8-region area, a lot of square mileage. And that water that you have comes in as raw waste, then it turns into usable water where it's purified. So we're very focused on being environmentally friendly and those type things. And so you can actually see a process here of where the water is brown, and then you'll see it and it comes out as pure white. And you actually see those things here in the lab.
Hey, I'm Babs Johnson. I'm the Laboratory Services Supervisor here at ReWa, and I have a number of analysts that I'm in charge of, as well as sample techs, and I do a lot of reporting and checking data. Right here we have one of my analysts, Cindy Knight, and she is making a solution, and she is going to pipette her standards that she is going to run on an instrument, and we are going to get the results and send that to our waste treatment process. Is that good, or you want me to do it again?
That's great. I saw you like using simple words. It was good. All right, I'm gonna get a close up of her. One more time. I don't know. I'm just doing a close up of what you're doing. All right.
Welcome to the ReWa Laboratory, and this is where we run all of our analyses or tests for our 9 waste treatment plants. And right here we have Miss Tamika, who's one of our analysts here at ReWa, and she is running our biochemical oxygen demand test, which is a really long word for oxygen. And so basically this is our robot Rob, and he is going to run the analysis for her, and she is going to put it in a big type of refrigerator, and it is going to cook for about 5 days, and then she's going to take it out and Rob is going to read it again.
Ready? Okay. So the best part of my job is that I get to interact with so many different stakeholders, individuals in the community, whether that's individuals in K-12 education or attend college and universities, or political individuals, governors, those type of individuals. The best part about it is I'm able to utilize the soft skills and the professional skills that I've learned, whether that be eye contact, shaking someone's hands, how to speak intelligently and make sure that whatever I'm saying, there's a meaning behind it, but also being adaptable and understanding what it really means to be in leadership, because I touch people. And the greatest part of my day is I touch so many different people that every day the experience is totally different than the next.
What would be I don't know what your answer is, but what's the most challenging part of your job?
The most challenging part of the position is making sure that our future workforce understands the importance of being on time, doing what they say they're going to do, but also having those abilities to communicate. That's the most challenging part. The other challenging part of my day-to-day job is making sure that the information that is provides information and access to those who really need to be in the know. Especially our young people. Our young people need to know that I'm in the water utilities, but at the same time it touches so many different things that also touches the core values that they have. So those core values, and trying to instill those core values, if they aren't already instilled in young people, that can be a challenge. But a lot of times most young people, they do what they see you do, and they do what they hear you say. So I try to make sure that I stand by the 5 core values that we stand on here at ReWa, as well as my core values that I have in life.
How did you decide to become English water?
So how I ended up in water utilities was previous experiences. I was heavily involved in workforce development, which I am now, in the position that I hold. So I just changed from one agency to another agency, which allowed me to go from dealing more with the natural things that happen in life to water. And there's a lot of correlation, because I always tell individuals, you can't do anything in life without water. So this really brings it to life, whether it's automation, whether it's building a home, whether it's manufacturing. But this allows me to be able to touch individuals who have an interest in water, who have an interest in the environment, who have an interest in the community, who have an interest in renewable water, renewable energy, clean water. ReWa allows me to do that and put people in positions and places that can better serve what we're trying to do for generations to come. As you see in this mural that we have here, water touches everything, from rivers to automation, to manufacturing, to irrigation of golf course, and to also setting aside the things that we use water for in terms of purity. And so this mural and the water you see behind us is being reused for integration here on our campuses. So it irrigates everything. It's purified to the point you don't want to drink it, but it's purified in a way that it makes our natural habitat an environment that also takes care of all the natural habitats that we have around us here on our campus.
I like it.
Can we do one more thing?
Yeah.
I love the part where you said that everybody needs water and I get to touch those people. Could you say that the reason, I don't know if this is the reason, but the reason that you can...
So my role here at ReWa allows us to tap into the next generation of individuals that brings the talent that we need here at the organization, to be able to utilize their resources, their talent, their abilities to help take us to the next generation of our workforce and talent pipeline.
There you go.
Is that okay?
Here we go.
So in my youth at your ages, as a 5th grader, I always wanted to be around people. I always wanted to be in positions of influencing people, whether it was through playing sports in our community. Fortunately, I was able to be a pretty good athlete, so I was able to engage with a lot of individuals and serve as an influence. And throughout my life, I've been placed in positions where it's all been people-friendly. Whether working at a university and now working here at ReWa, the education that was required was I got my high school diploma, which was imperative. Then I received a college undergraduate degree. Then I received 2 master's degrees, which now all tie into things that I do here at ReWa. I'm working and trying to help generate that next talent pool of workforce.
Okay, so we never did the tools that are important to my job, which is a more,
Okay.
show and tell.
Okay.
Do you have any idea what those would be?
The tools that I use.
Tools that you use for your job. Just your finger. Do the mic. No.
Understanding how to use a computer, use a cell phone,
Oh, okay.
all those things.
Can we have those things somewhere? We can go anywhere else in the campus, but do you have a computer, cell phone, table?
I do.
Let's go there.
I do. I can sit at my desk
All right.
and show the different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how good I'm at using them, but I use them.
I did this whole thing inside of a tiny, tiny little cubicle for a bank manager, and made it work.
Really?
I'm like, what else do you have? You have a bowl of candy? Let's do it. Anything, business cards, the pens, everything.
I love it.
Had him change his shirt to pretend to be a customer.
I mean, if you show like shaking hands,
Yeah.
someone, that kind of thing.
Yep,
Here.
exactly. Hand him money and then go to the other chair,
Yep.
accept the money.
This is Becca. This is Mr. Jones, our CEO.
Hey, how are you?
We're not recording.
I
Oh,
came
we are.
out into roll.
Yeah, I have too many toys, man. I really do.
Laboratory doors.
I really do.
All right, you can start whenever you like.
Sanitizer.
Right. Stay clean, kids.
So you ready?
Ready.
The tools I use in everyday part of my job, one's cell phone. I have multiple. One's personal, one is business related. The numbers both go to the same, but I communicate a lot through technology, whether it's through text messages, receiving emails on my phone, sending emails on my phone. Also, I use computers, double screens, as you can see, so that if I'm working on a task here, I can slide it over to another task there. I use computer mouse. I use an earpiece when I'm talking on the phone, don't want to hear background noise and all that. I have a mobile laptop that I use where I do my emails and Word documents and PowerPoints and those type of things. And it's mobile, so I take it home with me or offsite on locations. Also have my personal office phone in case someone's trying to reach me. Also using the keyboards and those type of things to type information. Gotta have a handy printer. I print out a lot of information, so I really need that and the paper that goes in that. I shake a lot of hands, so I use sanitizer. I usually carry a smaller one around me everywhere I go, pocket. And of course, must have a business card, make sure I have that. And then in my office also have a whiteboard where I put down and list my ideas of things that need to take place in engagement, but also keeping track of the different things that I do, because as part of my role as being the Director of Workforce Engagement is a lot of that. So there's a lot of touch points that I have to have in engagement. So also, there's a lot of people that are involved, because when I say stakeholders, I'm talking about individuals and organizations. So I touch a lot of people. This morning alone, from 8 to 9 o'clock, I touched 80 some odd people already this morning, and building relationships from each one of those individuals. So that's where those soft skills are imperative, that you utilize those things, but also your understanding and use of technology, because we live in a global mobile environment where you can touch. Also, I use the computer also to track things on social media. So social media is very important if you use it in the right way. But also, I post a lot of activities and things that I do on social media, because one, it allows me to touch people that I normally wouldn't touch, but it allows individuals to see the things and individuals who I've touched. But it also allows for an opportunity for those individuals who see those things I post to want to partner with the things I do here at ReWa.
That's great. I wanted to do one. I didn't want to interrupt you, but at the very beginning, when you lean back, it creaks real loud.
Okay.
So I wonder if you can sit,
Yeah.
sit up, just so it doesn't creak.
Posture is important.
Yeah, and when you turn it, if you lean
Okay.
it creaks. So if you could just do the spin around of the things again, just at the
Okay.
very beginning where you talk about your phone, your laptop,
Alright.
we'll just go ahead and do it one more time without the creaking of the chair. And if you want to, I don't know what you want to do with the chair so it doesn't creak, but you try to turn it to see if it creaks. And it does creak, huh? It's so loud, it
Maybe I
distracts.
just sit here and just reach.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, not creep. Can you, doesn't it tighten?
What if you sat more on the edge of the seat?
Yeah, let me just take one of those chairs.
Oh, okay. I mean, it doesn't spin, but you doesn't have to go.
Yeah, that'd be easier. Then you have to. So the things that I use here at ReWa in my day-to-day operations as Director of Workforce Engagement, one are the computers, the screens that you see. These are double screens, because as I'm working on an assignment here, I can also have an assignment on the one in the back. Use a mouse. I use a mouse pad, keyboard. Also have access to a mobile laptop that's right now currently plugged into a docking station. But whenever I leave and have to go to a meeting or go home, whatever I have on my computer is stored on this laptop. So it gives me the ability to also work from home. Then I have a printer, desk phone, can't live without that. 2 cell phones, very important, because I touch a lot of people, a lot of people communicate with me. Gives me easy access to be able to communicate with those individuals, whether through a text message or a phone call, but also emails and things populate on my phone. Also have a business card, which is very important in the work that I do, so I can share that information with individuals. I carry a briefcase around with me as well, so when I leave the office I can take the laptop and other things home with me. And most importantly, in today's environment, I use plenty of hand sanitizer because I shake a lot of hands. Which is important in the role that I play, and being able to shake someone's hands properly. But I always use sanitizer before I shake their hands as well as after I shake their hands. And then the other things that I utilize in my office on a regular basis is a whiteboard that I use where I list my ideas, my goals for the year, also any activities and things that I have coming on my calendar, whether it's current or in the future. So these are important things, a part of my role. And then also I have a lot of awards and things that are listed in reports that I have, so that when individuals come to visit, they understand not only my role, but they know that I'm very well informed. So I do a lot of research, a lot of reading, and I like to share my knowledge of whatever I'm having a meeting about. And then the other role that I have to do within my job, of course, is I have a lot of meetings, whether they're here in person in my office or whether they're off-site at another location. It could be a college or university, it could be at another place of business, it could be at a community event. So all these things are imperative into the day-to-day life of being the workforce director of engagement here at ReWa.
There's 7.
He mentioned that he had meetings in a boardroom. No one's in here.
It just now. I saw the commerce in my lane.
Oh, it's right there.
All this stuff.
He's saying this is their
Babe.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Can I get a picture of your sign? Of your
term, but I did at that time.